The Carnabys used to blacken the skies within WA, and I can't believe that I won't be able to experience that with my lifetime. When I see these birds, they are flying in flocks of about 4 or even 2 birds, and they seem so lonely when I see them.
The number of Carnaby's black cockatoos in Western Australia, the only place they'd live, has crashed by more than half since the 1960s, mainly due to the forests being destroyed.
I'm 19 and I'm studying social and environmental sustainability at UWA. I think a lot of my generation is incredibly angry and frustrated. We really need to be taking matters into our own hands.
More than 2,000 Australian species are listed as under threat. As scientists warn of an extinction crisis, passionate people across the country are doing what they can to stop Australia's unique wildlife from disappearing.
We are literally in a crisis for this species at the moment. Climate change is making everything hotter.
Scientists have found the climate crisis is drying southwestern WA faster than nearly anywhere else in the world, leading to a sharp drop in yearly rainfall since the 1970s. Less rain means less healthy native bushland and fewer banksia flowers, beetles and insect larvae, essential food sources for cockatoos.
It takes 200 years for a tree to fully mature and develop a hollow suitable for these birds to breed in. They've lost 90% of their habitat. We are clearing the land for agriculture in the wheat belt. We're clearing it for mining. I've always had this feeling of I don't want to leave this planet until I've made a really big impact.
Part of the answer has been artificial nests. After learning they could be used as an alternative to hollows, Eva decided to build some. In 2021, at just 16, she rallied classmates and teachers to help.
It was just a group of about 6 of us. We did all the planning and design, but then on the actual day of construction, about 60 students rocked up. That was a real light bulb moment for me, like, wow, young people do care.
After the hollows were built, the students needed help installing them in the right trees.
The bulk of the work that we do is basically around installing artificial cockatoo tubes and hollows across properties in WA to basically supplement that lack of natural hollows that exist for our cockatoos.
Literally, people just volunteered to have these hollows installed on their properties, and since then we've fledged 19 chicks.
So if we just peer over the edge there, we should be able to see, there we go, our beautiful little Carnaby's nestling. That'll be another Carnaby's added to the wild population. Installing artificial cockatoo tubes is wonderful and we can bolster and secure the population that way. But if these birds don't have enough habitat, it's all pointless. In the last 3 years, we've seen the population being basically sent homeless and starving to death.
One issue affecting the cockatoos has been a decision to cut down a massive pine reservation at Nangara, north of Perth. The pines have been controversial. They were not native and were planted in the 1950s, replacing 22,000 hectares of banksia and other woodland.
That pine plantation basically holds the single largest population of Carnaby's black cockatoos in Western Australia.
But pines also use a lot of groundwater, and they were affecting Perth's water supply. WA authorities deemed them unsuitable for the region and cleared 90% of them.
They can't continue to survive in an ecosystem that is continually attacked and depleted.
So when I see Carnaby's black cockatoos flying overhead, I always have this lovely feeling inside of me that something good is about to happen to me. I stay hopeful by surrounding myself with the people and the local heroes who are always fighting for our environment.
Dean keeps a small number of domesticated cockatoos rescued from the pet trade.
We visit schools, land care groups and any and everyone else that's willing to have us.
They get to pat them and they're just so cheeky and lovely.
Carnaby's black cockatoos are our canary in the coal mine.
Even though my generation is incredibly angry and we must hold our politicians accountable, we also must act ourselves and be like, this is what we believe in. If you can't keep up with us, that's too bad.